Cool. So today is, oh, it's not even day 3, is it? Yeah. Okay, cool. It's day 4 actually. So it's because we didn't do slides yesterday. So let's get started. So far, guys, we have learned that Bezos has a very unique traits that we have learned from, that has made a lot of money. He never gives up. He has an intense drive and he's super competitive. Guys, what has been so far your favorite traits of Bezos? What so far has been your favorite traits of Bezos? Put it in the chat for me before we go into the next before we get into the next stage. So far, what have you guys really loved about Bezos? His never giving up attitude. No, he didn't. He lost billions and he still didn't give up. Anything else that you guys have learned that you really, really do think that is an amazing trait to have? So for me, guys, one of the best traits I think he has is his drive to be so competitive. Like he's so competitive, not just with other people, but with himself. He always has to grow. And I think that's an amazing trait to have. And then let's see what else everyone says. So never giving up, failure occurs for a reason. He's very innovative, yes, and he does put others first. Okay, cool. So these are really great traits, guys, that we should really start to copy, but also realize that this is what makes you money. One of the reasons why we even did this training, guys, for you is not because we want to make you like, well, we do want to make you money, but one of the main reasons is so you can see if you handle situations the same way. Because what's the point of learning all this stuff if you still think in your old back to front mindset, right? It makes no sense. So we want to go over some fun facts today, and we want to see if you guys are very, very similar in the way you think. So let's get started. And guys, write this down so you understand that you have something to go back to. So Jeff Bezos' mom was only a teenager. I think she was 17 when she had him, and his father abandoned him when he was 5 years old. Okay, now the reason why you guys should know this is because clearly this has had an impact on his life. It was only a few years ago that his dad even knew it was him, right? He didn't even know that Jeff was his son. He didn't know that Jeff Bezos was his son. He didn't claim him, right? So you got to imagine, guys, imagine being at a worst point in your life. Imagine being abandoned by your father, and also imagine publicly being like not even claimed by him, right? He didn't even know. So publicly, the world knew that his father not only left him, but also didn't even claim him, right? So you guys that have had some difficult situations and difficult upbringings, I'm not saying whoever has on this call, if you have at all, but you've got to understand, how are you using that to fuel? Okay, how are you using it to not just make an excuse? Because let's be real, if you had a 17-year-old single mom, right, when you were born back in those days, I can guarantee you life wasn't easy. Life right now for single moms isn't easy, let alone back then, and let alone your mom being so young. Now, it wasn't all bad. His mom did remarry, obviously, and that's where the Bezos name actually came from. His mom remarried, and that's why he took on his stepfather's name, because he adopted him. So that just shows you guys that you don't have to just always bank on what happened in the past when you were a child and stuff like that. You can genuinely move on, right? Or if you did have a painful past, a painful upbringing, what you can do is use it as fuel. And I think, to be honest, he probably did. Now, another thing that we all know right now is that he did crave science, and he did create an electric alarm to make sure that his half brothers and sisters didn't come in his room. Now, this was from a very young age. So what you guys need to see is that if you want to be like Bezos, you really have to think outside the box, okay? If you keep thinking in the same mindset as anyone else, you will not be the next Bezos, because you're thinking too small, right? If you really want to go that step further in business, so today, I know I talk about trading a lot, but guys, you're on this call for a business guy, right? He's the biggest business in the world. So obviously now we have to discuss your business, okay? If you guys are trying to grow your business and still do the same things that everyone else does and don't think outside the box, you can imagine you're not going to get the same level of growth that he has, you'll be capped at where you are. Now, it's all good being slow and looking out for growth and hoping for the best. But guys, do you think Bezos, put one more in the chat, do you think Bezos actually just waited for growth, or do you think he thought outside the box, right, for that growth? What do you think he did? Do you think he was just like, oh, it's okay, customers will come? Or do you think he was constantly thinking outside the box so customers will definitely come, right? So you guys got to understand that if you want big results, if you want billion-dollar results, you have to come up with billion-dollar ideas, okay? You can't rely on someone else doing it for you. You need to come out your comfort zone and use your creativity. Now, I'll give you a fun fact. It only took him 10 hours to come up with Amazon's business plan, right? 10 hours. He didn't spend like 5 years working on this like some people. He didn't spend like 10 days trying to figure out the perfect plan. 10 hours to come up with a business plan. And let me tell you something. It's not about how long it took to plan. It's about how well you execute it. I know some of you guys growing your business, thinking about it 24/7, but when it comes to execution, there's no execution, right? You're spending all your time in the planning stage and none of your time in the execution stage, and then you wonder why you have no results, yeah? Why you have no residual income or no sales, and it's because you're spending all your time planning for it and none of your time executing it. So this is a wake-up call, guys. The only way to grow your business is you generating sales. That's it. You generating sales. Ask yourself, how many sales have you personally made this month? And then ask yourself, is your business growing, right? How many have you made this month, right? So if you guys want to keep planning for your business, stop making it so complicated, okay? Jeff Bezos only took 10 hours to come up with Amazon. And I can imagine Amazon's a bit more complicated than what we're doing right now, okay? We don't have to deal with distribution. We don't have to deal with suppliers. We don't have to deal with any of that shit. And he came up with 10 hours, right? 10 hours. So stop wasting your time in planning for making sales and actually just make them, right? Just make them. Go 110% and make your sales, because at the end of the day, you can talk all you want. I get a lot of people saying, yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to become chairman. I'm going to do this. After Emery's call yesterday, I can imagine all of you guys were so excited. But when it came to actually working, how many of you guys actually implemented what he said, right? Probably none of you, right? Because I haven't seen anything. So that just is an eye-opener for you guys, that you're jumping on trainings because you're addicted to webinars. But when it comes to execution, there's none. Right? There's none. And the power in Bezos is his execution, okay? It's not the planning stage. He actually said planning long-term is worthless, right? Keep planning and planning and planning, right? Keep manifesting, which is amazing, but where is the action to actually justify that, okay? So if you want to become a billion-dollar business, billion-pound business, billions of euros business, right? You need to put in those hours and actually create results. That's all that matters, okay? In this business, let's just go with one business idea. With this business, you need 3 people to be platinum 150, right? How many of you guys keep saying you want to hit chairman, but you are not hitting platinum 150? That makes no sense. It means you're planning for something, but not hitting the first hurdle. Okay, you should be on the phones, you should be speaking to people and growing your network, right? If you're selling anything in your business and you have a business but you're not selling for it, you will not be successful in that business, right? Do you know why? Because no one will sell your business like you. No one will sell your culture, your mindset like you, right? So even if you wanted to create, I don't know, a restaurant. So I'll give you an example. My dad, obviously, he made all of his money in a restaurant, and not all around, wherever. So it was like, he made it in America, here, you know, everywhere. So he made all of his money through a restaurant. But I tell you now, he's been doing restaurant life, and he's like, luckily, God willing, thank you, he has made money from that. But he has not taken a day off, and he does not depend on anyone running this restaurant for him, or any restaurant, right? His menu is his menu. His food is his recipes. His staff is his staff, okay? Because when you make ownership of your business and your business plan and you are executing it, you don't depend on anyone else. Some of you guys are waiting for someone to give you the results. Some of you are waiting for someone to I don't know, come into your business and change it. I'll tell you right now, no one is going to change your business. Not your upline, not your downline, not your sideline. No one is going to change your business. Only you will change your business. So if you want to grow a business, look at what you're doing for it, okay? Because it only took Jeff Bezos 10 hours to come up with Amazon, and yet some of you motherfuckers won't even, like, I don't know, it's been like 6 months and you're still the same way, right? I really don't know what you're planning. It must be going to the moon or something, because some of you guys just need to fucking execute and stop planning, right? So it's actually quite funny because the next stage is actually moon. Okay, so Bezos, fun fact, aims to take the ordinary man to the moon at low cost, right? So some of you guys definitely deserve this. Some of you should go to the moon. You might think outside the box if you actually did this, right? So he actually is deciding to take the ordinary man to the moon at low cost. Now that's pretty cool. That's outside the box once again, guys. It's very, very, very cool, very futuristic. And everything Bezos does is very much futuristic. He's not looking at old techniques and old traditional ways. Some of you are looking at kind of traditional ways of growing a business, but you're not thinking long term, right? So we know that Bezos has shares in Airbnb, in Uber, in Google, and obviously Amazon. These are all very, very futuristic ideas that happened when they came out. No one really thought that you could rent out a house without actually like having any paperwork towards it. Like, it's so strange. No one ever thought that you can get into a random car for Uber, right? No one thought that anyone could become a taxi driver. No one thought anyone could just suddenly start renting out their place, right? These are all very, very futuristic kind of ideas. And even Amazon alone, when it came out, it was very, very futuristic. Okay, so he thought that internet is going to change the world, and he banked on that, and guess what, it has. Now the only last thing that I think that he's missing is how to actually make money from online, right? Like actual income every single day, and a way to do it. So I definitely do think Bezos is going to go and find something like that. He's already done Amazon. Like if you look at the affiliate side, if you look at all of that, there's one more step that he's got probably going on. So it's something that you guys should think about, because once Bezos is involved, oh my gosh. Now, next thing. Now he's known, so write this down, Bezos is known as the greatest living CEO to date, right? And this was from Harvard Business School. Now, if you're wondering how do you become the greatest living CEO, right, as in Harvard's way, is quite easy. Increase ROI, so return of investment, at a realistic value. That is how you become the greatest living CEO. Now, this is a good benchmark for you guys. He increased the ROI for investors by 124 times, right? That's how amazing his company did, 124 times. So if you want to be a good CEO, right, in terms of Harvard, you have to increase the return of investment, okay? So if someone joins your business, like, let's just look at it in two ways. First, trading, right? First is trading. First, you've got to imagine how much money you're putting in and how much can you, and be realistic over time, right? This isn't just tomorrow. I don't want you to just do fucking 124% tomorrow. That's dumb, right? I mean, over time and sustainable is look at yourself and see how can you grow this trading account to a higher level over a period of time, okay? Over a period of time, it's sustainable. But then if you look at someone joining your business for, I think, like, what, £200, right? How much money are they getting back when they join your business? You should write that down. So when someone joins your business and they sign up for what, £200, £300, You need to ask yourself, every single person, actually, I want you guys to do this. I want you to ask yourself, every single person in your business right now, how much money in return of investment have they made? Okay, how much money have they made back? Now, I'm actually looking more and more deeper into this, which is really cool. Okay, so obviously some of you guys do know ads, and you do know like what he does, right? He's a hedge fund, so I am very nosy, and I do ask very, very personal questions in terms of customers and investors and stuff like this. And I look at how much people get back, and I realize, okay, so maybe all you need to do to grow a successful business is give a lot back. That's it. It's simple. Return of investment. If you guys grow a business and always think of return of investment for those who are investing in it, I'm telling you now, you're going to be better off, okay? If you keep looking at this as a sign up and a hobby, I can guarantee you the business will not grow. So make sure you're always providing that value if you want to have $1 billion business. That's very facts, okay? So you want to look at when someone gives in, how much are they getting out? Nice and simple. That is so simple. If you guys look at that, if you adapt everything like that, you are good, right? You are good. Now, another fun fact, in 2012, right? So 2012, 306 items were sold every second, right, in Christmas, which is 26.5 million products. Now, obviously, he's definitely smashed that now. But the reason why this is such a key moment is that this has never been done before, right? No platform has done this. No one's achieved this. Now, another thing that you should know is about Amazon. Guys, let me ask you a question. When something is sold on Amazon, is it only Jeff Bezos making money through it? Yes or no? When something is sold on Amazon, is it only Jeff Bezos making money on it? Is it only big brands making money on it? Who's making money? No, right? Now, this is one thing that I really wanted you to note down, right? The reason why I really do love Amazon is because imagine all these small time people that are just shipping things from their garage, shipping things from wherever, like they're just buying something and then selling it on, right? Those people. Now, what Jeff Bezos has done is he's not only just helped those at the top, but he's helping everyone. Because when you buy something on Amazon, they can literally be the random taxi driver down the road, right? It's an amazing concept to think that when someone's making money, it's not just that company making money. All Amazon is doing is taking a little cut, but really the money is going to the people selling it as well. So you want to look at yourself and look at your business and understand when you are making a sale, right? Who is actually all benefiting? And what kind of company are you part of? Are you taking 100% of this sale, or are you doing something that helps someone else? So you want to look at what your business policies are and how you can help grow your business by not just helping yourself, but helping others, okay? Now, another thing, he learned from his grandfather's cattle farm, okay? He was cleaning, plumbing, and he was repairing windmills, okay? So that's where he came from. Now, that's really humble beginnings, guys, okay? Some of you guys think, oh, okay, cool, these rich people, they have all the money because they were given so much money and blah, blah, blah. But guys, not everyone has that opportunity. And also, how many of you guys will actually even go to a farm and start cleaning and plumbing and repairing windmills right now? Some of you guys don't want to even get out of bed, okay? Some of you don't even want to venture out anywhere. But I'm trying to show you that sometimes you do need to be a bit active. Next thing, Yahoo actually put Amazon on the map. That's why he's forever grateful to Yahoo. They're the reason why Amazon was big, and it's because they did a big feature on Amazon. So it's not just one company making it, okay? The actual company that put Amazon on the map was Yahoo. So all of you guys are just depending on your own personal network, your own personal social media. You gotta understand, to be really put on the map, another really big player has to put you on the map. So stop relying on your own network and start collaborating with people that can put you on the map, because that is the real way of making it work. Luckily, we are all under Jason Stone, and we're very, very blessed in that sense. But guys, we don't have to only depend on Jason. We can depend on anyone else. We can actually just create collaborations around the world, and that might put your business on the map, okay? Don't think Amazon just came out of nowhere and he didn't collaborate. He was one of the best collaborators of all time. Okay, by being one of the best collaborators of all time, he was really allowed to get into that. So make sure you do put other collaborations. Let's see what you said. Funding ahead for liquidation to Bitcoin. Taking out American economy is frowned upon in the States. Okay, cool. There's a whole world, right? When people say about, like, listen, yeah, I have a team in Middle East, okay? I have a sick team in Middle East, actually. But listen, they probably have the most frowned upon community when it comes to this, yeah? They do. When you look at Bahrain, when you look at Oman, when you look at Abu Dhabi, they don't have this. It's actually in our religion that people say this isn't even allowed, right? It is, by the way. But when you have that and they're still going at it, and they are still working every single day, even though the entire culture is really against it, there's no excuses. One thing you can't have is excuses. If it's not working where you're from, go and find another place where it's working. Yeah, go and find another place. Go and research where it's working. Did you know in Eastern Europe, these guys freaking love Bitcoin? Yeah, but none of us are in there yet. But they love it. They think everything should be Bitcoin. Okay, so if it's not working where you are, go and research where you are, because your legs can move and you have the internet. Okay, you are not trapped in your local area. You are not, there's not a barrier between you and them. It's just you, okay? So if you come up with excuses, I'll tell you right now, no one has it worse than Middle East. I know that for a fact. These guys no one has it worse than them. So if it's round upon where you are, yeah, go and chat to some of my guys in freaking Oman, okay? So next thing, 2 pizza rule, okay? So Jeff Bezos does not do, oh, by the way, write this down. Jeff Bezos sleeps 8 hours a day, okay? Write that down. Jeff Bezos is one of the very few billionaires that says sleep is very, very important. Okay, he definitely says sleep is very, very important, and that is one thing you need to understand. Sleep is very important to Jeff Bezos. He says he's not waking up with no sleep for shit. Now, another thing that he does is that he has all of his high intensity meetings before 12 o'clock. So write that down. High intensity meetings before 12 o'clock. Okay. He believes that if you have a hard, difficult meeting, it should be 10 a.m. Okay, that should be the time. The high intensity comes in the morning before 12. Now, he also says he rarely has in-person meetings, by the way. He has it like once a year, in-person meetings, okay? Jeff Bezos does not really like meeting people. He's a bit strange like that. And what you want to do is you want to see how he does them. So this is what he does. If you can't eat 2 pizzas with those people, so basically the 2 pizza rule max, he is only buying 2 pizzas. He's very, very, I bet he's tight as hell, but he's only buying 2 pizzas for this meeting. And if that is not enough, then there's too many people at the meeting, okay? So he's very, very small, intimate meetings. He doesn't have any more than that. So some of you guys that want to do big meetings, extravagant meetings, just remember, like Jeff Bezos, he has a 2 pizza rule, and he believes that it should be very intimate and it should only have 2 pizzas. Basically, he kicks them out after 2 pizzas. That's what it sounds like to me. So he doesn't waste any time. Next thing, change junkies. So write this down. Jeff Bezos is addicted to change. That's what he calls himself. He calls himself a change junkie, right? He calls himself a change junkie. Now, what we want to do, so make sure you're writing these notes down, guys. Stay focused. But a change junkie. So, do you like change, right? Write in the chat if you like change, yes or no. Write in the chat if you like change, yes or no. I know for a fact, like some of you guys do like change. Corinne definitely likes change. Louise, do you like change? I'm not sure. Alyssa, do you like change? Aisha, do you like Kelsey, Z, Saeed, maybe. But I know who likes change, guys. Stop giving me bullshit. Do you know why? Because when I try and change things up, your reaction isn't like, oh, I love this. It's more like, oh, like that, okay? So I'll call you out. I will call you out. I know someone who definitely loves change as well. So Korean definitely loves change, and so does Ads. And guess what? They're killing it. So it's kind of a sign to you guys. If you like change, you change up your environment. Corinne literally just goes around the world. Like she like gets up and she goes, grows a team and then moves. That's when you love change, right? That's when you love change, okay? So if you love change, you need to understand that Jeff Bezos is a change junkie. He does not have the same routine every day. He does not have the same environments 24/7. He does not want to only stick in his comfort zone. He comes out of it. So if you guys are doing the same thing that you did last year, yeah, and be honest with yourself, if you're doing the same thing that you did last year, you got to ask yourself, do you really love change? Do you really? Okay, because there's something holding you back to what you want to achieve, and that's something you need to deal with. Okay, because you can lie to us, but you can't lie to yourself. Okay, next thing, every employee has to spend 2 days every 2 years at customer service desk, including Jeff Bezos. Now, I want you guys to all do this for me today. I want you to go into your teams and I want you to ask them how they're doing and what's their feedback. How are they doing and what's their feedback? If you don't have a team right now, go and ask the current team that you're in. Crossline, sideline, upline, who cares? Doesn't matter. Ask for their feedback. Do you know one thing where companies fail is because they fail to ask for feedback. So what happens is that their team collapses or their sales go down, and it's only because the CEO of that business is scared to ask for feedback. Now, if you guys are not genuinely asking feedback, it's because you're scared of what's going to be said back to you. Well, I have some people that have like 20 people under them and they have never spoken to them in their life, right? Do you know why? Because they don't do shit. And because they don't do shit, they're scared for the feedback. Now, I want you to come out of that comfort zone and I want you to go and ask them, how are you doing? What's your feedback on my mentoring? Write it down. Write it down, Z. My mentoring. Yeah? What's your feedback of my mentoring? Okay? You guys want to grow a business. You want to help people. You want to save people from poverty. You want to show them financial change. Yeah, go and ask them. Go and ask people that are connected to you right now. See what they say about you. Genuinely see what they say about you. I dare you to ask me. I dare you to ask me, because I will definitely tell you the truth, right? I will 100% tell you the truth. And if you are scared to ask me, there's something there that you need to understand, okay? So what you want to do is you want to get customer feedback from today, and you want to see how your business is going, because Jeff Bezos made it a point. I think 2 days every 2 years is not enough, but I can understand because he's got like millions of people that work for him. But what you want to do is you want to see, okay, are the people in my business happy? Okay. And also, if you own a business, don't just ask your salespeople as well. I want you to ask the people who work there too, because what you're going to gain is intel. Okay, you want to gain intel, because sometimes your clients might tell you everything's amazing, but your salespeople might know something different. Okay, so you want to make sure it correlates. You want to make sure. Now in IM, okay, you want to ask the downlines, right? Or you want to ask people below you how they're doing, but also the people who sign them up. Okay, don't just ask them, ask the people who sign them up as well, and ask them how they're doing. Okay, people are missing the point in this business. It's all about helping each other. If you're not helping each other, you're not going to be successful. Next thing Jeff Bezos does is he wants to create a 10,000 hour, like 10,000 year clock. Okay, 10,000 year clock. Basically, it only rings 10,000 years. This is kind of like a weird fact. It's basically his interpretation of long term. Okay, so he wants to create a clock that only goes every 10,000 years. I know some, like, I personally think this is crazy, but he wants to create something on this world that shows you every 10,000 years. Another thing is he still writes with a pen and paper. Guys, he does not rely on technology. He still writes on a pen and paper, and he does not like PowerPoints. And the last thing that I'm going to go over is laughter is the key to happiness. Okay, so if you want to be happy, according to Jeff Bezos, you need to laugh every single day. So that is the end of today's training, guys. Make sure you ask yourself these questions, and I want you to really ask yourself these questions. I'm going to go over them every single day until the day you die, because then you might get it in your head how important it is. What are the 5 most important values for you? Reply this right now. What are the 3 most important goals to you right now? How would you spend your time if you only had 6 months to live? How would you change your life if you had $1 million tomorrow? What's something you wanted to do, but you're afraid to do? And what do you do most in life? What do you love to, what do you enjoy most in life? And if you were guaranteed success, what exciting dream and goal would you set? That's the end of today's training, guys. Thank you so much for jumping on. This will be updated. This will be on YouTube, so make sure you subscribe and like and share, and we will happily grow. But guys, make sure you go back to your team chats for me and you tell them everything you've learned, and you say one thing that you're going to work on today. But other than that, guys, thank you so much. Take care. Have an amazing day, and let's go smash those pips. Thanks, guys. Bye.